What? What?
What?
We were chatting with the guest, but I decided to hide him. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I should play around more with the bringing the guest in, not just starting with them. I don't know. I'm of two minds about it.
You want to be a surprise?
Well, no, because we already promoted it. Like we already told people, like he's gonna be a guest.
His name's at the top of the screen.
His name is right up there. They know who it's gonna be. So it's like, with considering the preambles, like, is there any point to having him be in the back room? You know,
right?
But we did bring this person in. Hey,
boom!
I was trying. It was take. Oh wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, we live, baby. We
live.
We live.
Yeah.
We live and we live.
Get all my volumes up. Yeah, right. I don't have no prep time, do I? I was supposed to be ready to rock.
Turn it up in my headphones.
Hey, turn me up. Turn my headphones up.
I'm about to go in.
Yes, before we bring in our guests, who everyone knows who it is already. John, how you doing? How's your day treating you?
Doing fine, Antoine. Back to you.
John in the room. Michi, how you doing, man?
I am also doing fine, Antoine. Back to you.
Love to hear it. And Tandy, how's it going?
Doing better now.
Love
Gucci
it.
sweater now.
Yeah, bars. All right. Well, then, allow me to introduce our guest. We're joining us tonight. We have a special guest. Goes by the name Gennaro Wade, actor, producer out here in Houston. Bring him on in.
Hey. What's going on?
What up, playa?
What up? How's everybody?
Great. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Oh, I'm doing good. Back to you.
Now, Gennaro, I want to say we first met. I taught a class that you were in. Was that emotional pastries?
That was it was our level 4 class.
Was it level 4?
We wasn't exactly emotional pastries. We were just emotional at that point, but we're still trying to, because I think you were our first class after we got back from COVID, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so everything we learned in the first
still had the mask on the whole time and all that.
Yep. So everything we originally learned was out the window. So, it was kind of like you were teaching newbies again. So
Love it. And I thought you guys did great. How did I do? What did I do? Okay. You got notes for me?
Yeah. Well, a little more stricter with your instruction. No, that's cool. No, you were great. I honestly felt like you were one of the best. All the teachers get yellow now, but it was great. Had a lot of fun. Sorry, Michi.
No, I was in it before times. It doesn't count,
We forgot everything when you taught us.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens.
So you do improv, but you act and you produce out here in Houston. What's that like?
I do. Started acting back in 2019, and so used to have a career in the NFL and with the Houston Texans. And then after I left that job, I decided to take an acting class. I did acting back, college and high school, theater nerd back then. I was like the High School Musical. I was like Zac Efron. Like I was a jock. I was a jock, and I was like in the theater, so I was kind of like double dipping. But right. But yeah. So then I was like, I lived in London for a while, and while I was out there, I was getting my master's in international sports management. So in the meantime, I was like working in the West End with a bunch of actors. And that was my first real time really seeing actors, like, real professional actors. And one moment they're behind the bar with me, working in front of house. Next moment, they're like on a billboard in the West End. So I was like, this is kind of cool. So that's I feel like that kind of gave me my first little bug of wanting to try it out. And so, yeah, after I left, did the traditional thing after I got my master's, worked for a few years, and took a couple of classes here, and I haven't looked back since. So started that and acted for about 4 years, and then started my production company, Beaver Productions, and yeah, made a couple of short films so far, and we're just trudging on along.
That's quite a journey, dude.
Yeah.
That's an international journey.
And my friends always joke with me, I'm a jack of all trades, because like every other time I'm like doing something different. It's like, how do you go from sports to now you're an actor, now you're working in a dental office? There's just so much going on. I don't know.
How did improv land on your map?
Yeah. So Rachel Spector, I am her best friend is my best friend's, their brother and sister. So I knew Rachel for a long time, and she told me about it when she actually started at Station Theater and kind of was starting to take classes. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll take it. And I think she like went on for like 2-3 years before I started. And then I finally decided to want to take a class just to diversify myself a little bit, you know, and yeah. Just kind of hopped into it.
Yeah. Shout out to Rachel.
Yeah.
To Rachel. Nice. Do you feel like improv has improved or at least kind of modified your approach to acting in your other roles?
I do. I feel like it just helps you loosen up a bit, really. You know, you're not just beholden to just every if then but on the page. You can just kind of really feel the emotion of the scene, or if something inspires you in that moment, you're not afraid to go after it. So I feel like before I'd be all worried about, I got to say every word exactly the way it's written. But I think there's, you know, they talk about certain shows that may have that, or certain directors or writers want you to stick to every page. But for the most part, if something works and you see the real chemistry between the two actors, that's all it's really about.
Love it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Chemistry is huge.
If you had to say, what would your favorite from being a producer, a writer, an actor, and director, which one would you say you think is your most, gives you the most, is like the most fun for you, or you think you're the best at?
I always call myself an actor first, because I do love acting. But producing, it's a whole nother beast, where it's kind of like a peek behind the curtain, where you really realize how small of a role you really do have as an actor in the grand scheme of things. So, you know, you're coming on this project thinking you're hot shit. And sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to curse on this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go for it, man.
I wasn't here for the quiz. I'm sorry. I wasn't here from the quiz show.
Yeah. We still PG.
Okay.
Go for
No,
it.
I'm joking. It's late night, man.
Didn't know if this was a late night show or something, but
Late night.
I didn't know. It's funny because, you know, you come on set, you think you're doing all this, and then you realize you come on for a couple of days and you're out. Then you don't realize, there's still months of post-production, or your scene may be at the beginning of the week, and then they still have 4 or 5 more weeks of shooting. So my previous job with the Texans, I did operations, so all logistics and stuff like that. So I really feel like, outside of learning the different nuances and terminology, it's very comparable. So I kind of just slipped into it. I was like, this is basically the same thing. So I was like, let's try it, see what happens. And
Dope. Nice. Yeah, you you say you play a small part in it, and I feel like it's an interesting revelation, because like people will call something, that's The Rock movie or something, even though it takes a freaking village to make these movies. It's like hundreds of people that need to make it, and it's The Rock movie.
Right.
It's just him. He's doing it all.
He did everything.
You know, he single-handedly made Black Adam. Just himself.
Yep, he did all the special effects.
Everything. Did every day.
3D rendering.
If you didn't know, he was actually dressed up as all the other characters in the show.
You pulled a being John Malkovich, right?
Right. But yeah, it is funny, like when you really do see how much it takes to get a production off the ground, and it does give you a lot more appreciation for the art and just the collaboration process from from writing to casting is a underrated job. I did not know that much went into casting, and it was really great seeing that whole process, and was I feel like it made me more confident as an actor because all the little things that they tell you not to do is like, oh no, that's true, you shouldn't do things like have a blank background, don't wear nothing distracting. And
yeah, can I dig into that a little bit?
Yeah,
Now that you're on
yeah.
the side of the casting table, if someone out there is like trying to get into acting, what are some of the tips that you'd have for them? What guidance would you
I
recommend?
want to know the don'ts.
The don'ts.
Yes.
Don't do.
Yeah, tell us about the people you skipped over.
That's the juice of it right there.
Well, okay. So there was this one actor that was submitting his audition. And normally, like I said, you start on your face, give your slate, which is your name, height, location, and then you kind of go into whatever the sides are for your audition. There was this one guy who literally had the camera panned up. He was wearing gray sweatpants, and he wanted to just show off his bulge. So he just had it angled literally perfectly. And that's how it has the clip art when you first want to click on it. I was like, what is this? And then I click on it. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know this was a casting couch opportunity, but so don't do that.
No bold video.
No problem.
Wrong industry.
Yeah. But there was another guy too, and I actually appreciated this hustle. But he was a trucker, and he literally had his dashboard cam and just put it so you could see his home in the back of his truck, just kind of back there. I'm like, oh. But he got his audition in on time. So. It was interesting. But I was obsessed with seeing what's in the background back then.
It was a distracting background.
Very
So
distracting.
no bulge. Keep the background
bulge.
distractions to a minimum.
Distraction free, all that. I mean, unless you wanted to be casted for something else, I mean, the bulge might work for you. So
Bulge might work for you. That's all he's trying to do is get that bulge to work for him.
Maybe make us the submissions. Maybe that one's supposed to go somewhere else, a bit more, X-rated.
Who knows?
Wow. No distractions.
But yeah, those were probably the two craziest things that I saw. Everything else, just it was just interesting to just see everybody's process and kind of the different take. It's funny, you have the same 6 lines and just the different diversity of takes that you get from it and how people deliver the lines. I'm like, oh, that was an interesting choice. And so you'll get some that will just not work at all, but then you'll have some that's like, I didn't envision it like that, but that actually kind of worked. So, so yeah, it really makes you appreciate, hey, take chances, grab the casting director's attention, make bold choices. And a lot of times it's not even, if you're not selected, it has nothing to do with you. It has about what that casting director kind of envisions or what they see that you can bring into it. So, Amici could be right for a role that I wouldn't be right for, or you could be right for a role that I'm not right for, and just vice versa. So,
yeah, I feel like acting is one of the few jobs where how you look can be a determining factor when I get the job. What your race is, what your age is, how attractive you are.
We got to a casting of this sci-fi movie called The Black Aliens. All right, guys, listen, we got a couple of people coming in here. Did you guys take a look at the photos before we bring them in here? I passed the photos out. Everyone, look at the photos.
Yeah. Look at the photos.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Okay. You notice anything weird about any of the photos? We've got 6 photos here.
Let's see. I mean, I think they're all a little weird, but I thought that's kind of this is the black alien, right? Like these are not of our Earth. He's not of our planet. At least that's how I was interpreting it.
I mean, yeah, right. You're right. But we all agree that when we think of black aliens, we don't think of white actors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just, do we want to really have these guys audition for this film? That's what I'm saying.
No, you're getting into some touchy waters right now. You're getting into some touchy waters. In this
They're here.
climate,
We invited them here. We can have
political
them come in.
climate, you want to have this conversation?
I'm just saying. I'm just one last view, one last challenge that we put out the casting call. The movie's called Black Aliens. We've got a bunch of actors here.
Yeah, we can't
Not a
push
lot
this
of black
off
actors,
anymore.
is what I'm saying.
You can't.
Saying.
We got to make a decision on these guys.
You don't know what they're gonna bring to the role, John. I mean,
That's
I know
true.
we have a vision, but you never know. I mean, we got some ideas, but they may come in and show us
You're right.
something that,
You're right. You're right.
They may
Six
have
white actors.
they may have other attributes that may just make them just right for the role. That other black attributes maybe.
Right.
Which
Look,
one- I mean,
look at this one. Look at this guy here.
okay.
He's got like 6 fingers on one hand. Okay, is that alien or what?
That's pretty alien.
Man,
That's pretty alien.
You're right. You're right.
He made it a point to take
you're
a
right.
picture of his
Listen.
hand
You listen.
and put that.
You saw
I'm
how his
shallow.
headshot was
He
angled?
saw the headshot with the hand right here in the front.
Yes, I see.
Just right there. And I mean, look at this one. He had that right angle. He has 2 bulges in his pants right there. Like
That's true.
That's pretty
Two
alien.
bulges.
That's
Wow.
I
very-
thought
They're
I
like
thought
it
on
alien.
his thighs.
Exactly.
What I want to see. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I want to know what's the deal with that is.
Fine, then that just means the last thing, you guys overran me with this vote. Let's just call them in here one by one and see what we got here. All right.
Oh, hold on. Before we do, which one of these is do you think has what it takes, John?
Which one of these?
Yeah,
mean,
this is all we got to choose from. We can't push this off anymore. We got to
I mean,
make a
if I
decision
was
today.
going to go for the leader of the black alien group, it would probably be Two Bowls guy. We can work with Two Bowls guy.
You're on team 2 bulge. Okay, well, let's bring him in first.
All right. Customer flag him in. Flag him in.
Hello. Hi.
Oh my God, he got tight pants on. He
How's
got
it
tight
going?
pants on.
Those are very tight pants.
Yeah. Very, very, very tight. Hi. Yeah, just wanted to come for the audition. Thank you for having me in there. First of all,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what you think you can bring to the role.
I think I'm very unique. I think I have 2 bulges.
Oh, okay. So you're just leading with that.
Yes.
Okay.
I lead with it everywhere I go.
Tell us about it, man.
Yeah.
What's going on with the 2 bulges?
Are these
Oh,
real bulges, or are you just walking around stuffing your pants just to get in there auditions like this, man? Be honest with us. We don't have a lot of time.
These are real bulges.
What does that mean, guys? What does that mean?
I
What do you
cannot.
think?
I cannot drop my pants or anything. This is a
That's not what this role is for.
no, yeah. But yeah, I'm saying this is real. We won't need CGI or any of that expensive stuff. It's real. So
It would save us on the budget to have a pretty.
It would. I think the
tight
studio
budget.
might be okay with this.
We cut to a couple walking out of this movie after it's premiered. Darlene, I'm gonna be honest with you. I missed a lot of the movie. The lead alien, first off, clearly a white dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the title was a complete misnomer.
Yeah, he had a whole
Yeah.
army of black aliens. It's a
Yeah.
white dude. But more
I
than
dressed
that,
up for nothing. Uh-huh.
yeah, you were really excited about this.
I was.
But more than that, did you see the two bulges that were like it didn't none of the other aliens had it. I don't know if that's like what made him the leader, or like I was focused on that the whole movie. Like I wanted more answers, and they never touched on it once.
Never dealt with it at all. I did notice those two bulges, and for a long time I was like, is that CGI? Is that really real? But I mean, I trust Warner Brothers. I don't believe that they're gonna we
trust Warner Brothers. They're not gonna they're not gonna CGI some bulges on an actor. But then that means those are real bulges. Well, like I just have so many questions. I don't know. I gotta watch the movie again, I guess.
Yeah, you want to get?
I missed.
You want to get? Let's get 2 tickets right now. I think
get back in line
because we just didn't get enough. We don't understand.
And scene.
Going back in.
Oh man,
it's a show.
Hello, Erica.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh wow.
Eureka.
Sci-fi movie where the alien has 2 bulges.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Why?
And lead the black alien army.
Going back to our conversation earlier, it'd be crazy if that alien had a Ice Cube voice to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's more questions. I'd be like, does that
Ice
white
Cube?
dude have an Ice Cube?
That would be hilarious. That would be an awesome movie.
Did Ice Cube voice the white dude, or is that just the white dude's voice?
Wait, this just doesn't match up.
Yeah. You gotta go watch it again.
Gotta go watch it again.
Gotta go watch this again, man. If they dub Ice Cube voice over the white dude's voice. Like
So many questions. It makes $1 billion just because people are going back to watch it. It's like we don't know what the movie's not good, but we just need to know about the bulges.
Well, that many people wanted to watch it. Same people wanted to watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
No, you got to see it in the theater. That's the only real way. You can
IMAX. You got to watch it in IMAX. Get those IMAX tickets.
You missed it otherwise.
What was the big IMAX that they showed Oppenheimer in? Like the 17.5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching that.
Yeah. It's right in your face.
I just picture in that movie, there's a specific scenes where it just zooms in on his bulges, like mid speech.
Just a lot of
draws focus.
Right.
Just a lot of pan ups. I was like, it's like, why don't we keep shooting him from below?
That reminds me of I was in a theater watching. Do you guys remember the movie Watchmen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tandy, I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Watchmen. It's based on a comic book. It's about these. It's kind of like a superhero movie, but it's super dark. There's this one character who is basically just a big super blue guy, and he would be naked on occasion. And like in this one scene, he was clearly naked, and he was walking like they were showing like this like steps, and he and another character walking down it. And like as he was approaching the groin area, like the people in the audience were like, but then it cut away before it like got to the main event.
No, he's not lying. He's not lying. There's a scene in that movie where he basically is like bombing Vietnam, butt naked. He's just walking around.
Dick's just swinging.
Yeah, Dick's just swinging. And he's just like, it was crazy, man.
Laughing makes me.
How do you make that choice as like, no, this is what the audience wants. They want to see him bombing this place with his dick swinging, and he's blue.
Right.
So many choices there.
Yeah. Well, is there a discussion about things like that, or do you just present
sure
your final?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a
There
discussion.
has to be.
There has to be a
There's
discussion.
more power I mean, if he's
We
clothed,
cut to that discussion. More power. I
Yes.
agree.
All right. All right.
his naked body
Guys,
indicates.
we've been debating this for the
Okay,
last 4
wait.
hours.
All
It's
right,
3
We
a.m.
gotta
guys.
get
I'm
to
not
the rest
3
of this movie.
a.m.
I'm done.
Need to
Guys.
finish this.
Do y'all want to make money or not? I'm telling you,
We
this will
all want
work.
to make a movie. We all want to make money. We're
That's
making
why we're
movies.
here.
Right.
But I think there is a limit. I think there is there's you say more with less. All right, you're trying to put big blue balls all over the screen. I'm saying that's too much. That's not what this movie is about.
What
Is
if,
it though?
what if we just put the black bar, just block out his dick and balls with just the sensory bar? I mean, we know it's there. It swings along with it, but we never actually see it's covered up.
Guys,
It's a
but
big
you
black
have
bar.
you have to understand what it represents. It represents the power that of the bombing and how the dick is just powerful.
We don't need to represent the power of the bombing with dicks because the
Yeah.
bombs represent the power of bombing. Okay, stop trying to.
No,
use
I
dicks for
think we
bombs.
need that. I think we need that extra metaphor. You know,
Exactly.
we need that extra metaphor.
So
Exactly.
heavy-handed, guys.
Antoine, when are you most powerful? When you're fully dressed, about to walk out the door, or when you step out the shower, glistening, wet, looking in the mirror?
Yeah, Tam, you try to make him wet the entire movie, and I'm telling you, it's not going to make sense. He's trying to make him wet and glistening the whole time.
I don't know.
Well, that's
We're gonna
hey, that's a
wonder
good
why he's
idea.
always-
That's
No,
that's a good
That is
idea.
a-
Let's make him
That
wet.
is a great.
Let's
the
make him
whole
wet as
time.
well. Yeah, he's
Wet.
wet the whole time.
Just
why would he
glistening.
always be wet? He's not a water man. He would made out of like energy and electricity. He wouldn't be wet all the time.
It indicates of an inner strength, a powerfulness that water can't even permeate. That's why the beads
Exactly.
of water are just dripping from him. Yeah, wet and dripping. Whole, just drip.
The crowd will go wild. They will love it. Suburban moms loving it.
I think I have a solution that could solve all
All right,
our
thank
problems.
you,
All
thank
right.
you. Let's get out of here.
So this is this new sci-fi film that's out. It's about black aliens, and the lead actor has these two bulges. What if the blue guy walked in and had two bulges while he blew up Vietnam? Then they'd be so distracted they can't just focus on one.
We cut to the couple walking out of that movie. Now, Darlene,
Okay,
I'm sure you saw it.
I did.
Is this related to the Black Aliens movie? Is it like some sort of weird sequel? Or is it in the same universe? Because why would he have two bulges?
Completely different? That was Warner Brothers. This is Miramax. What are
This
they
is
doing?
Miramax. What are they doing?
What are you
Sort
looking
of
at?
Warner Brothers Miramax merger going on? What's going on here?
Oh my gosh. Maybe the double bulge is the wave of the future. Just like we got a whole bunch of those movies that were all alike. Maybe this is,
Wait, which movies?
you know, the ones that were all alike. You know, everybody goes to camp, kids at camp, parents at camp, band camp. You know, the whole camp
What?
thing.
The camp thing?
The theme of camp. There've been like 100 movies about it. We had a run of those. You remember?
I guess.
Are
I
you
guess
my
there
movie-
were some movies with
what?
camp.
Are you my movie partner or I
Was
beginning-
that with me? Because I don't remember us seeing a whole slew of camp films.
Oh.
Was this some other dude you watching movies with, Darlene?
oh wow. I didn't.
And scene.
Oh wow!
It's the camp.
Camp,
No
camp.
run of movies. No run of movies.
I thought you were trying to say American Pie at first.
Thank you.
No,
I
do
was in
remember
that
one.
vein. But I was like, camp.
See, I was thinking more heavyweights. The movie
Oh,
The Heavyweights.
yeah.
I remember
Camp.
that being the camp movie early.
Uh,
I wasn't thinking of American Pie.
I thought like American Pie, the band camp thing. I also thought Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah,
I know there are camp movies. I don't remember there being like
There's another
a
run.
slaw of
This
them.
is
slew of
another
Yeah,
camp
yeah.
movie. Nobody has ever said that. I'm
Everybody's
sick and
just going to
tired-
camp.
Nobody has ever said
No
that.
one's
Sick
ever
and tired of
said
camp.
We don't know the plot of the movie, but they're at camp. We just know
camp.
they're there.
Yeah. Even though Jason does count as camp.
Mhm.
That does.
Jason's camp movie.
Jason's camp.
Yeah. Janelle, I'm sorry. Have you produced or acted in anything that we might have seen?
Ooh, probably not.
Okay.
No, I'm still kind of on that beginner circuit. So, I mean, there's a couple of movies that are on Tubi.
I was just about to ask you. You stole my question. Do you have a Tubi movie?
Shout out to
That
Tubi,
was my
man.
follow-up. Was that too
I
loud?
do.
You fell
I do
out?
have a
I'll
Tubi
Tubi.
movie.
Look,
I have a
I-
couple of Tubi movies, and I'm just like,
chill too, man.
I don't tell people about them because they're yeah.
Tubi is the man
No.
that is the lick. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of a badge of honor
No.
right now.
So there's Ebony Hustle, which
Okay.
is about a former stripper who is now a private eye.
Hey.
I saw that
And
before.
then
Hey.
there is False Prophets, and Guns Down will come out, I think, in December.
Is profit spelled like money or like
Yes.
the person who sees the
Yep.
future? Okay.
Prophets is spelled like money. And then Guns Down is about, it's kind of like a murder mystery. So we're all go to this castle and basically we're there to win a sum of money, but it's kind of like a Squid Game, Hunger Game type style where if you survive till the next day, you get this sum of money and people are killing each other. We have mercenaries trying to kill us and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited about that one. It should be pretty
Is
good.
it?
Though.
Now, is that
good.
Guns Down with an S or a Z?
With S.
Okay. Got
Yep.
that.
Yep, that's Ebony Hustle.
I had to look it up. I had to look it up. Ebony Hustle, stripper turned
Yeah.
detective,
I love
takes
it.
on disturbing case.
I saw
centered
that
on a girl
last
who was
night.
kidnapped.
You
You
watched
watched
it,
the movie?
John?
No, I didn't see the movie, but when I was reading up on this IMDb, I saw
Oh,
this and I
yes.
thought to myself, a stripper turned detective
Detective.
Love it.
is
Love
amazing.
it.
It kind of gives off like a Foxy Brown type vibe.
Mhm.
That's what kind of we
Okay.
were going for. But then, so the antagonist of it is like this preacher who is I want to say a mix between like one of those big mega church preachers but he used to be a former rapper and he's a pedophile and it's
Oh,
like
wow.
all mixed in on. It's weird, but he speaks in rhymes. So the whole time he speaks,
What?
he just speaks in rhymes.
Oh, I gotta see this. Ebony Hustle, y'all. Check out Ebony Hustle.
It's a good time. It's a good time. But
That sounds fire. He is a mega
so
pastor.
I'm his best friend in the
Oh,
movie,
snap.
but eventually I turn and I help save the girls at the end. So
Oh,
it's
All
a
right,
good
let's
time.
see if we can we get a trailer. Is that possible here?
No,
I'm
that
not
looks
too
like
familiar with the
a
two boys. So
trailer.
we're getting an ad, but it might just
No.
go to the movie. I don't
I
know.
think it goes to the movie. That says like
Yeah,
oh,
might just go to the
okay.
movie. But also,
Oh,
you might also like Twerk Reggae Nights.
yes.
Not reggae nights.
Reggae
Is this
Nights.
a
I feel like
sequel?
I feel like that was a sequel.
Yeah. The sequel to Twerk.
I like- it's a drop.
Word. Part two. Part
Two.
Reggae Nights.
Tubi can fool you. Look, deep
Nice.
covers on there.
Deep cover.
You see?
Look at that
You-
dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Goldblum?
We got
Is
we
that
got a film
Fishburne?
right next to Lawrence Fishburne. And
Uh-huh. Look
Yeah.
at the line you on. Look
Yeah,
at
if
that.
you like Ebony Hustle, you might also like Deep Cover.
Deep cover.
And definitely like
Dope.
Twerk
Seeing
Reggae
a lot.
Nights. Shout out
No.
to Tubi, bro. I love
Man,
Tubi.
Tubi. Yes.
I love
Yes.
Tubi, man.
Yeah. I'm very excited now.
Hey, we all got to start somewhere, right?
Oh no, I'm
No,
That's a good
they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll you can tell there's a lot of beginner
speaks in
filmmakers
rhyme.
on there, but
Holy shit.
it's you.
Speaks in rhyme, so fire.
Like it's like he speaks in rhyme where he's like literally if he's just whatever. It's
I'll watch it.
Now,
yeah, I got-
was that
gotta watch
was written in the script that him to do that, or is it he was just one of those chances that he took?
So in the script, it is rhymey in the script. So
Okay.
I feel like you already can feel it coming, but like just his delivery of the lines they were amazing.
So, I'm
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll watch it.
Gotta watch.
You'll have some good laughs. It's hilarious. So it's
One time.
produced by John Wayne from London Town Pictures. So shout out to him. So it's a good time.
Shout out to John Wayne.
John
Shout out to
Wayne.
John Wayne.
Was it filmed here?
It was.
Okay.
We filmed it over at the Deluxe Theater and then a couple of other places are in town. So yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
I gotta watch more
my-
Houston filmed movies.
Mhm.
Me too. I've been catching
Yeah.
this song.
Yeah. If y'all want to see some of my short films, just check out Lips Like Fire. We are doing a little festival circuit right now. So, but yeah, I produced that one. It's about a guy addicted to ASMR. And yeah, so he just likes listening to things just like this. And then wants his sensual noises and talks.
Look, as a person who hates noises, that sounds amazing. to me. I hate just random noises.
Gennaro, are you an ASMR guy? Is that what's
I
inspired
am
you?
not. I didn't write the lead actor Ray Francis. He's another one of my teammates on Banjo Beaver, but he wrote it. When I first met him, we kind of table read a script, and that was like 4 years ago, and he had been working on it. So then once I actually started, Banjo Beaver, I was like, hey, let's produce that
do it.
script and let's do it.
Yeah.
So we got it out, and so yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, he's addicted to ASMR, but the particular ASMR artist that he's into, he's trying to break watching it every night, to get off and stuff like that. But go out on dates, hang out with his friends. But now he starts seeing that artist everywhere he goes, and you don't know if it's like in his head or if it's just a fantasy and things like that. So
Oh,
yeah,
Gotcha.
it's a good time. So a little psychological thriller. So
I like it.
yeah.
Oh,
And then the current one, Right On, we are in the midst of pre-production and production on that one, which is about a creative writing class. And this one teacher who's teaching this adult creative writing class, she doesn't feel adequate in herself because she isn't a published writer. And basically the subplot is like her insecurities and kind of uncovering insecurities about like what those are and all the character stories. But the main plot of the story is in each student that tells a story, we dive into a different world. So there's a Western, there's a comedy, there's a drama, horror. So yeah, it's a good time. So my friend Amanda Pfeiffer, she wrote the script and executive produced it. And so she
What
has
was
me
that
to-
one called again?
It's called Right On.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
And Gennaro,
yeah. Mhm.
what are some of your like favorite movies? Like what sort of inspires you?
Great question.
Favorite movies. It's funny that we were on sci-fi because I'm a big sci-fi guy.
Ooh,
So
okay,
just kind of
okay.
natural.
Yeah.
I'm a big Trekkie. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. Back to the Future, things like that. That's kind of my jam. But I like a lot of either sci-fi or kind of adventure type movies and things like that. So yeah. What about yours?
What about me?
Yeah.
What about all
Yeah,
you
you
guys?
asked the question.
That's
What,
me.
what are y'all?
Answer.
What are y'all favorite?
All of our favorites. Yeah, I can go first. Some of my favorite movies that I typically use, really like, Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill from the Tarantino space.
Tarantino. fan.
There's I like a bunch of his. There's this movie called City of God. It's a Brazilian flick. I'm a big fan of that one.
It's really good.
But I also like movies like Scott Pilgrim versus the World
Yes.
or Shaun the Dead. So
Yes.
those are some of my favorites. Also, I have an unironic appreciation for Fast and Furious franchise. I gotta see 9 and 10. Haven't made my way to see those just yet, but I've seen pretty much everything else.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll
I
run.
gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I haven't seen any of them, but I enjoy seeing the trailers and just seeing the chaos and the madness. And like, all right, cool, that's enough for me. I don't need
Yeah.
anymore.
Can we
Yeah,
just
that's
talk
enough.
about how they go from like literally random mechanics to now they're like super spies?
Yes, we can talk about that. I'm happy to talk about that.
And how can they disrupt these global international terrorists
Mhm.
with their vehicles and mechanic skills?
Family.
Doesn't make sense, Antoine.
The growth of this franchise is incredible. Like I can't think of another franchise that grows like this. The first movie, there are a bunch of street criminals robbing trucks, and that's it. That's
And then
like
it turned into Hobbs and
big
Shaw.
as it gets. They're trying to rob 18-wheelers, and they can't quite do it. The last one, like the guy gets away. And then to fast forward a couple of movies, and they're being hired by the government to fight international spies all over
you
the world.
watch it.
And of course I watch it. Of course I watch it.
Well, Vin Diesel gets progressively stronger. Like he gets hit by the train in the first one,
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
dies, but now he can lift cars and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, Vin
I don't know
Diesel is essentially immortal and also like super smart. He's
Yeah.
like a detective.
Right.
he's Batman.
He might be the next Batman, honestly. Except he's about family.
Yeah, we got to a car repair shop. Antoine, I see you used to be a mechanic, but there's a gap here in your resume for about 5 years. Yeah, it looks like you were a really good mechanic. What happened?
No, I was a great mechanic. I am a great mechanic.
Okay.
And then like I'm sure it happens to most mechanics. I was approached by the government to stop international drug smugglers. That was the first year or so. So I had to step away from the shop for a while, and then I was gonna go back, because I have my Coronas there. I like drinking a lot of Corona, but I need to save the world from a spy that was going to release a cyber virus that would take out the country. So
Okay.
I had to stop that. I'm sorry. Do you have a question?
Sorry, it sounds like you just went up and became an international super spy.
I mean, I'm still a mechanic. Like I was driving a car the whole time. They needed a souped-up car to accomplish these missions. So, I needed to install things like suspension and shocks and nitrous and bulletproof windows and this normal mechanic stuff. So still keep my skills sharp.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean that sounds very intense. I have one role to fill here, and are you sure you're like done with that stuff and no more?
I keep thinking I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking after the last mission, there's no way they can top that. Right? There's nothing else that can be done.
Mm-hmm.
I've saved the world multiple times.
Right.
But nonetheless, it seems like after a couple of years, they pull me back in and say for one more job. But I would really love to plant my roots here. My home is right down the road. I got my Coronas over there, and I would like to just work in a shop like I used to. I'm sure you've gone through the same thing.
Hey, yo, Amici, is this new mechanic gonna be able to change this oil or not?
You know what? Let's see what you got, man. You hired. You want to jump in?
Sure, yeah. I picked up a few skills between my jobs, so I hope you don't mind if I do this my way.
Okay, yeah, we don't mind.
Sure. So the old new oil's over there.
Yeah, it's just simple oil change.
Shoots a chain that swings across knocks over a couple of bottles, flips over the oil, loosens the cap with the bottle. New oil starts dunking into the car. All right. There you go.
All right.
That was a very new way. I've never seen oil change that way.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
cut,
I didn't really use a gun until I started, fighting these international missions, and then
we
kinda
cut to the
used
end
it.
of his first day at work. Black limo pulls up. Get in.
No,
Get in.
I got a job now.
Not
Okay, I'm
anymore,
back
you
to
know.
being a mechanic.
Get in.
What's-
Okay, Antoine. Thanks for it's been great having you here today. We had a lot of laughs after that rocky start.
Actually,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
I'll see you
hold
tomorrow.
on. Can Jimbo come with me?
I don't give a shit. Just get in the car.
All right,
Take
come
the world
on,
right now.
come
We
on,
gotta
come
go. Gotta
Oh,
brief you.
sorry. Where are we going?
Just get in. You're locked and loaded, kid. You're a part of the mission.
Okay, but me and Eric are gonna.
We don't
grab
have
some
any
beers.
time. I need to give you
Can
guys.
can Eric come with me as well?
Who is there?
Can Eric?
my
friend.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here, Eric.
I don't care.
I was just drinking this Corona
If
over here
he's
in the
gonna
corner.
help save the world, bring his ass in the limo.
Can I get one of those?
Bring the Coronas. All right,
Here you go.
All right, Coronas for everybody.
we have a serious villain on the loose.
Here we go
He
again.
is corrupting the world with these horrible content. He's found some sort of white alien with two bulges. That somehow
I'm
confuses
going back
all
into
the
outer
people.
space again. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm going back into outer space.
He's right here on Earth.
Uh,
We just need you to go track him down and
I-
figure out what bulges have to do with confusion of these people as they leave the movie theater.
I thought you wanted to just look at your carburetor, or no? We
Yeah.
gotta.
Not
I
this
mean-
time, kid. We got to save the world one last time.
Oh man.
And scene.
Correct response. Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I ain't gonna lie,
Oh.
saving the world in the movies does look like the most daunting task. It's like, oh,
I'd watch that movie.
Which one?
bad,
Oh.
bad,
The
you know,
experience I listed, I'm pretty sure are from real Fast and Furious movies. I haven't made up
for
anything.
sure.
I mean, they did go to space in the last one. You were correct.
It was only a matter of time. It was
Yeah.
only a matter of time.
It's just funny. Like, oh yeah, let's go drive on a submarine, go to space in a car. That's fine.
Or Vin Diesel is driving on the moon in like a muscle car.
I was like, what's next? Yeah. Just doing
Talking about-
donuts.
Talk about family.
That's crazy.
I need you to swerve the moon away from the earth.
He hits the nitrous in his wheels.
And it slows the gravity there and swings it. His face is all balled up with the vein going down his head. And people are gonna watch it and spend billions of dollars watching that bullshit.
Apparently, the last one was like the most expensive film ever made in history. I think it was like
Was it?
$320 million.
That can't be right. That can't be right.
It's close up there. It's not.
Hmm.
And on the flip side of that, there's a franchise called The Expendables, right? I have very little interest in that franchise. I saw the first one, and for people who don't know, Expendables is like, it's supposed to be, at least in my head, it's supposed to be like a callback to like 80s action, like big buff dudes going in with big guns, taking down enemy compounds,
Yeah.
gunfights, explosions. It's like,
Badasses fighting other
yeah,
badasses.
Stallone and Statham,
Yeah,
Every-
your boy.
every-
Lee and Terry
Every
Crews.
action hero in
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good. Everybody they can grab.
Dolph
They're on
Lundgren.
they're on like the fourth one. I
Megan.
have no interest in seeing it.
So some people I know actually like the Expendables, depending on, I guess it's some of the people who are kind of like, I'm kind of sick of the fast franchise explosions and are kind of getting it from the Expendables. But when you watch them, to your point, the Expendables just feels like, from Fast 4 on, it's just like, all right, I get the same feeling of bad guys, explosions, same terrorists, same
But at least-
billionaires,
But at least they started off as action heroes versus mechanics.
True. It is way more believable to go.
Yeah.
These guys are mercenaries.
For some reason, in Fast and Furious, Ludacris is like a world-class hacker.
Facts.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is Ludacris a world? And also Tyrese, he doesn't have a role. He doesn't have a
comic
specialty.
relief.
He's himself.
He was the
He's
comic
just
relief.
hanging around.
He just works at the shop.
He
There are lots of
works the
people.
shop, knocks on ladies and
Everybody
talks
else
loud
has like
at everybody.
a position. And he's just
I heard in the new Expendables though. I heard like Megan Fox becomes like the lead of the Expendables.
Oh, that's not going so well. That's not going to go well at all. Especially not on Fox News. They're going to eat that alive.
Did Expendables go woke?
What the hell is wrong with Stallone? He's woke now. Yeah, even that one, I might go throw that in the like. Okay, calm down.
That's one of those like, there's nothing. It's like one of those TV movies. It's like, it's on. I guess I'll watch it.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
definitely watch to see.
Yeah,
how
if it's
it works.
on, if I'm at a hotel and flipping channels and Expendables is on, I'll check it out. But I'm not seeking it out. I don't have it on my to watch list.
I
You're not
tried
gonna
to. Oh, I'm sorry. I just tried to look it up. Megan Fox and the Expendables movie, and it said her outfit is perfect as a mercenary. And I was like, that's the problem with putting a woman in something. The first thing you talk about is the outfit. Y'all mentioned Expendables. You mentioned
It's
all these
supposed
other
to be
movies. You never
grimy.
said what anybody was wearing.
Yeah.
Nothing about what they were wearing. The first thing I
Long
read,
kids.
her outfit. What?
That's how you know some money grab, because these dudes are supposed to represent some of the most, savage people on earth. They ain't cared about how sexy they looked in the midst of cutting and breaking somebody's neck. Or maybe they are, but I don't think it is like the way.
It's like prime time, baby. You gotta look good, feel good, kill good.
Now that I would watch. If Prime was in the next Expendables, I'm watching that one.
What hasn't prime
I-
time done?
Yeah.
I just found a clip of him doing a Saturday Night Live
Yes.
performance. I did not know this.
Yes,
like,
Didn't either
I forgot
until
about
saw
that.
it.
I forgot about that.
The man
Yes.
had a pretty
I feel like
incredible
he's on a mission to conquer everything.
life. Yeah. Man, it's cold and
Like prime time,
flashy.
baby.
Wait, who is this?
Deion
Deion Sanders.
Oh,
Yeah.
Deion Sanders. Yeah.
Mhm.
Coach Prime. Must be the money.
Yeah.
Speaking of celebrities, I know we were running out. I wanted to get y'all thoughts on. Have y'all heard the new Jada Pinkett came out with a book? You heard about her new book called Worthy? Well, essentially
not.
in this book, she describes, it's a memoir, and what's most exciting about this is that she basically says that her and Will Smith have been separated since like 2016, and there's this uproar about how she's been dogging Will Smith for the last couple of years while he's been maintaining they've had this marriage. She's now coming out and saying we were separated in every way but legal. I want to hear y'all thoughts on Will Smith, man. Is he just like, what's going on with Will, man? I feel like he's losing something, losing his essence. 'Cause
I feel, I don't even know. Like, it's Big Willie, right? And it's just, it's sad to see. It just feels like he's just going through a lot of shit. Like, it's crazy. But, I don't know what him and Jada's relationship are, but I just feel like, it's kind of messed him up in the head a little bit. But, hey, I feel like he just need to go get his swag back, go back to Bad Boys 4 and, be back on top of the world, right? No?
Two Bad Boys, drop another album, sing, get jiggy with it.
The sequel.
I think Will Smith Hold on, sorry. I think Will Smith needs to do a bad guy. He needs to play like a Training Day role. We need to see
Ooh.
Will Smith not be perfect. He needs
Yeah.
to like beat somebody to death with his bare hands, choke them out like Tony Soprano. And I think
Like
I was gonna say, has it?
what's that Tom Cruise Jamie Foxx movie?
Collateral.
Oh,
Collateral.
Yeah.
Collateral.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen. Yeah, Will hasn't ever played a bad guy, has he? Not that I can think of.
not one that was like
I mean, I guess-
unredeemable.
I guess if you count Gemini Man when he's trying to kill himself.
He's a bad guy against himself every time. No, I think that would be dope. Actually, I'd love to see him switch his persona to be an antagonist or something.
Yeah.
Contessa said Wild Wild West is as far as he went, which just the other week I rapped from memory like the entire Wild Wild West song.
Right.
Wicked wow, wicked wow, wow.
Oh man, that's when I
Rough
really
Rider.
started
He
not
did
liking
Nada.
Will Smith.
When he did
You
Wild
said you-
Wild West,
Yeah.
Was it the movie or the music video?
Both. And I
was
like
it because of
Cisco.
Cisco?
No, I like Cisco, but I
We're
felt they
going
ruined.
straight
Yeah,
to
I did not like
wow,
the
wow.
that was the end of Cisco's career. They killed Cisco. I'll never forgive Will Smith for that.
That was the wildest video ever.
That was a wild video. That was a wild video.
What a wow video.
Oh, but it slapped back in the day though.
I mean, it did, but it did kill Cisco's career, man. This dude has the hottest career.
I don't think that video killed his career.
You think, bro? Think about it.
We ain't seen Cisco since.
Come on, man. Cisco was hot, dude.
And ironically, also sung the thong song to myself not too long ago as well. Find out how these things work.
Still had some huge.
The
he had
song
some
was
hits.
one of the biggest songs ever.
Thong song rocked the nation.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then right after that, he did
Hey, I
Wow,
knew the
Wow,
whole.
Wow.
I knew the whole dance and everything.
Oh yeah.
Jumps like
Hold on, I got you.
chuck.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to that song in a long time, go back and
Oh
listen
no!
to it.
Oh wow! Okay.
Rough Rider, no, you don't want nada.
None of this. It's Gunna and his brother running this Buffalo Soldier look. It's like I told you.
Any damsel that say this stress, be out of that dress when she meet Jim West. Rough neck, so go check the law on the bar. Watch your step, reflex, and get a hold in your side. Swallow your pride, don't let your lip react. You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. With Artemis from the start of it, running the game. James West, taming the West, so remember the name. Now who you gonna
I'm
call?
just listening up until
Now who you gonna call?
Not Cool Mo D.
I
forgot.
When I
He
roll
should
into
do
the
that song.
I know he
Hey.
Let's roll into the
Yeah.
when I bounce into the Cisco.
Oh.
aha.
Now, once upon a time in the West,
Cisco, come on.
man lost his damn mind in the West. Love less, kidnap her down, nothing less.
Okay, come
now
on
I must put his behind to the test. Then
was
do the
Cisco's
shadow,
thing, man. That was
saddle,
Cisco's
ready for
thing.
battle. Bring all your poison, it kind of poison.
That's all I wanted y'all to see.
Can you imagine like you're in the 1800s and somebody dressed like Cisco is battling you to a gunfight?
Doing all of that.
keeps
Go
dancing.
away. It's like stop moving.
Dancing out in the dust. Now that would be funny.
Jaden and Will remix.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wow. Yeah.
All right. On that note, I think we're going to go ahead and go on out. Gennaro, is there anything else you want people to know? Any thing you want to plug or even replug?
Check out our short films, Lips Like Fire and Right On. It will be coming out here soon. We're gonna right now we'll release it's on Vimeo right now, but we'll get it to some streaming platform. But both of those are coming soon. You can check out our page at Banjo Beaver Productions, and you can follow me at gwade05.
Awesome. All right, then for John, for Michi, for Tandy, for myself, Antoine, and for Gennaro, thank you again for rocking with us, man. This was a blast.
Hey, thank you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm over here crying and sweating. It's a lot of fun.
This was first and third. Come on back, y'all. Oh, I almost forgot to shout out Erica, Contessa. Thank you for leaving comments. Awesome to see you. All right. All right. Back to this thing.